At least I tried, though. I sure did that much, didn't I?
Hello and welcome to Who's Loon's Looniest. We're here with Nurse Ratched, the head of this fine establishment, and R.P. McMurphy. Now, I understand that there's some kind of feud between you two. Would you care to explain that?
Alright, ever since I got here, it's been all, you can't do this, you can't do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. Some of the guys on the ward are fed up with her stuff, the stuff she's been pulling, like taking our smokes. We bought them, we should be able to smoke them when we want, however many we want.
Really? Nurse Ratched, why have you taken cigarettes from the men?
First, let me clarify that Mr. McMurphy and I are in no such feud. He simply does not comply with the ward regulations. But to answer your question, I feel that 3 or 4 and sometimes even 5 packages of cigarettes a day are entirely too many for the men to smoke. This only started to happen about a week after McMurphy's arrival. The entire staff, myself included, think that the patients can only benefit from having no more than 1 pack per day.
Well, isn't that a decision that the men should make themselves?
Thank you! Finally someone that's not a nutcase agreeing with me.
When they are admitted, they are agreeing to follow the rules made by the staff. The staff has talked about it and they all agree. The doctor has even expressed a concern for the men's health because of these cigarettes.
Alright, moving on. McMurphy, you really seem to disagree with Nurse Ratched. Is this because she's one of the only women on the ward? If that's the case, what do you think about women in general?
I think they're beautiful pieces of nature, but I think they're definitely good for some wham bam thank you ma'am.
Why do you think that's all they're good for? Well, just look at Nurse Ratched, who's done a wonderful job making the ward comfortable and enriching.
Nurse Ratched ain't no example of a woman. She tries to hide her God-made gifts under that tiny nurse's outfit. Speaking of, you ever measured them maybes?
This feud between you two interests me a lot. Can you explain a bit more about it? Nurse Ratched, what's your opinion?
As I've said before, McMurphy and I are in no feud.
I bet you aren't.
Mr. McMurphy is simply having problems following the rules and regulations of the ward. For example, when it is time for the patient's cleaning, he refuses to clean properly.
Alright, let's take a look.
He gets the men into a similar-minded state, which makes it almost impossible to get the other patients following ward policy and daily routine.
Alright, let's take a look.
Alright, that's enough. Let's watch the game.
Get back to work!
Alright.
Hell's bells. These men have been brainwashed. I'm just helping them laugh a little, you know, living life the way it should be lived, so they're not pissing themselves and clamping their hands up the damn walls to disturb.
Now do you see my point? Mr. McMurphy has no regard for the ward policy, claiming that our carefully thought-out therapeutic treatments are brainwashing the patients.
Now wait one damn minute.
I'd love to hear more of your side of the story, Mr. McMurphy. Unfortunately, we must be moving on. Why don't we meet some of the other patients now? This is Billy Bibbit, and this is Harding.
Alright, you must be Harding. McMurphy brought up that you and the other patients are being brainwashed by Nurse Ratched. What's your take on all this?
Well, I wouldn't say we the patients are being brainwashed. More like therapeutically remodeled to become an average citizen.
What do you mean by that? What kind of therapeutic treatments are they using?
Well, in some extreme cases where a patient is demonstrating violent behaviors, EST, electroshock therapy, is used basically running electricity through you to calm you down. There's also what is called therapeutic community.
Oh, that damn peckin' party.
What?
Well, it's we're all put in the same room and start talking about problems and how to help.
What?
Excuse me? I didn't quite catch that, Mr. Bibbit.
Don't bother. Let's continue with the other questions, shall we?
Very well. Harding, I've heard you're referred to as the Bulgus Loony among the other patients. Would you mind telling me what this means exactly?
Yes, of course. The Bulgus Loony. I suppose I got that nickname from being the only one on the ward for having a full college degree.
You have a college degree and yet you're still institutionalized. What did you do?
Actually, I'm here voluntarily. I was not committed to the ward. Very few actually are. Even Billy here chose to be institutionalized.
What? Really? Billy, why did you choose to be institutionalized and get treatment?
Well, you see, there was this girl, and well,
He's here because the girl he proposed to laughed in his face.
What?
and my ma wants me here.
Are you okay, Mr. Bibbit? You don't have to be nervous in front of the camera. Just act like it isn't here.
It's not the camera.
He is quite right. This is a stutter developed at an early age. I do believe the very first words he stuttered was, Mama.
Yeah, I bet me and you didn't help.
Well, I'm sorry, but we're now out of time. The patients must begin their routine cleaning of the ward.
Wait, you're not getting the whole story. Lies!
Just turn the camera off.
How can I please a woman with these feminine hands?
Mr. Harding, come back!
What?